get started. O que está acontecendo? Estão levando... Em cima dele. Eles não podem escapar da ponte.
You are.
I'm not leaving you. Estão sem saída. Ei, o que tá...
Again.
Did you think I would try finding good help these days?
Dies at 4. We're shipping her back. Whoever took it now has an electronic arsenal.
No answer.
Any idea where
You.
Don't we don't. We're going to Rome.
Saying how we're pulling off a mobile heist.
Okay.
Rome's in the building. Because nobody else on Earth would put Han.
It's true. Well, the Lamborghini. What? Oh, that's right.
Emails or text messages. Nothing's.
Bogus mission made for damn sure we could.
Showtime.
Here we go!
All right, bye.
Don't. Where'd you even get that?
It's time to shine!
Mowgli.
Just got reports of 2 explosions near the fort.
Carrying chips for a supercomputer. That is.
The 7 hills of Rome will be down to 2.
Wow. Time, Dominic.
Turn off the encrypted 79 subnautical high-yield nuke.
Just need physical hands on the device.
It's speeding up.
Bullet.
Everybody stay clear.
Images have been fed to the authorities.
All right. Go anywhere.
There he is. Man of the hour, bro. Letty,
That pump's gonna move.
Get out of there. It's gonna blow. We need to jam
and transmit cellular interference through your phone. Letty! Bizarre River.
the Tiber.
lost him. He's gone.
River.
Radius, get out of there. You've done one.
That one before.
Everywhere! We need them alive!
Your dad sent me.
Do you have little babe? Babe! Who the hell were those guys?
Agents, remember that place we said we'd go if the world went to hell?
Okay, you do whatever he says, yeah? Love you, Jake.
God!
You boys look like you could use a drink as they can handle.
Stop.
Mr. Nobody said he had a daughter.
Gold.
Your dad kept no one safe.
He's coming for you with everything. Little tracking device thingy. It's out of walls, so I think it's safer with me. You wouldn't happen to have any enemy. Dante.
Letty. Then get her out.
Nobody was impossible.
Nothing's impossible.
Sneaking. I lost my sense of smell.
Has no
Magic. I took a bottle for myself. See what I'm saying? I'm a natural boy.
Most amount of surveillance cameras.
Yeah, and just so you know, in the night spect. Place of mine. Boomerang, maybe. It's energy, man. It's energy. Stop racing.
Me for? I have a plan. How much time do we have?
Nothing to talk to you about.
The only way.
You ruined my snacks. And this is gonna end quick. But it looks like we got more company.
Just give me a second.
What the hell was that? Ain't nobody got scared, bro.
I only care about protecting the people.
How do you like my place? But at least you know how hard if you never would have gotten behind that with love and family. The legacy. I'm your legacy.
Chooses the poorest path in life.
I have nothing because of you gonna break yours. I adore them. No, you hang up first.
They're playing right into his.
Thank you, Simon. Thank you.
Rusty.
Hey, you ain't on my Christmas hat.
Make sure you get a receipt.
Trace of Dante. He's been 10 moves all over the world. And look who they're registered to.
When us dead, he wants to erase us off the.
Anyone who ever helped us until now.
dig some graves.
That's no fun. I know you did some
That's the problem nowadays, no.
head under the hood and more time preparing them. Days of any man behind the wheel.
Preparing for what's to come.
Are you back to where we first met?
I'm listening now.
For two.
If you don't stop. You got me. Family.
High door swan leg. I feel like you're. You know what your problem is? Can't save them all. May I please have the god's eye?
Ooh, gotcha. Told you. You owe me flat. It's the life you killed my father on it.
Enchanté.
Let's get your son.
You used to be gang. Come see this pop out. We caught outside, little bro. No.
To be an old mine. You just gotta keep yourself open to possibility. Dad? Just gotta make it safe.
The Uncle Jacob. What's that?
Hey, I knew I smelled something burning in here.
I guess this whole
Spent thousands of dollars of your sole responsibility for something that the leader. Sometimes we gotta say, I'm sorry. You okay? What's wrong?
Mercenaries after Dom's son. He was meant to help. He wants to know.
I'm the kid. Hi, everybody. Remember this little shit alive.
Ready.
Okay, we'll meet you there. I'm coming for you, son.
Behind you.
5 clicks west, but they're still on your B.
Dom, I lost him. Last lap, check out my co-pilot. Kulan's been shot.
It has to be you.
Hey!
I'm gonna go clear the way.
Know how to beat your dad in a street race?
Take away the street.
Now let's finish that.
Hey guys, today we're diving headfirst into the adrenaline-fueled, logic-defying world of Fast X, where the laws of physics are merely suggestions and family is, well, family. Get ready for a high-octane recap that will make your head spin faster than a supercharged engine. I put a lot of work into these, so if you like what you see, a like and a subscribe is always appreciated. No worries if not. We kick things off, not in the present, but a full decade ago, rewinding to the epic vault heist in Rio de Janeiro. Dom and Brian are busy orchestrating the theft of Hernan Reyes' fortune. Little did they know, lurking in the shadows, witnessing his father's demise, was Reyes' son, Dante. He wasn't just a bystander, he was meticulously planning his revenge. From Dante's twisted, unhinged perspective, we witness the absolute devastation Dom and Brian inadvertently wrought. The metallic clang of the vault, the screams, the sickening crunch of collapsing structures, it all converges into a single, defining, traumatic moment for a young Dante. He crawls from the wreckage, dust and debris clinging to his clothes, a fresh wound bleeding on his temple, the scent of burning rubber thick in the air. There, amidst the twisted metal, lies his father, Hernan Reyes, lifeless. The camera lingers on Dante's face, a slow burn of grief morphing into pure, unadulterated hatred. He cradles his father's body, whispering a silent vow to make Dom pay, and pay dearly for his loss. This isn't just about money or power. It's about a son's profoundly twisted desire for justice, or rather, vengeance, served ice cold and extremely personal. Fast forward to the present, in its peak Fast and Furious family vibes. The sun is shining, the grill is sizzling, and the whole crew is gathered at Dom's house in LA, seemingly without a care in the world. We've got Roman cracking wise, Tej looking thoughtful, Ramsey probably debugging a smartphone with her brain, Han enjoying a suspiciously perfect snack, Mia radiating warmth, and even Jakob. Yes, that Jakob seems to have found his place, blending into the wholesome chaos. Little B is running around full of youthful energy, utterly oblivious to the impending doom that's about to crash their idyllic Sunday. There's a beautiful sense of peace, a quiet calm before the deafening roar of inevitable conflict. It's the kind of moment that makes you almost forget they regularly defy gravity and basic physics, a fleeting glimpse of normal life that Dom so desperately clings to. But as we all know, peace for this family is usually just the loading screen for the next epic battle. Just as the good times are literally sizzling on the grill, a message pops up from Amy's, Mr. Nobody's not-so-charming replacement, or rather, his second-in-command. He's got a new mission for the crew, head to Rome, retrieve a sensitive device. You know, just your average Tuesday for these guys. The sound of Amy's crisp, almost too perfect voice crackles through the speaker, outlining what should be a straightforward operation. But Dom, with his unparalleled street smarts and a finely tuned something ain't right radar that's practically a superpower at this point, senses a trap. The way the mission is presented, the urgency, it all feels a little too convenient, a bit too clean for their usual chaotic assignments. He hears a subtle, off-key note in the symphony of the mission, a discordant element that screams danger, and his gut, as always, is usually right. It's almost like he can feel the subtle tremor of an approaching storm. Following his uneasy gut feeling, Dom makes a call that, in hindsight, was probably the smartest thing he could do, despite the protest it likely stirred. He tells Letty and Little B to stay put, to enjoy the LA sunshine, far away from whatever elaborate trap he suspects is being laid. His gaze lingers on a small, framed photo of his son, a silent promise to protect him etched on his face, the weight of a father's love palpable. He knows that if this mission goes sideways, his family is the most vulnerable point, the ultimate leverage. He briefs Roman, Tej, Ramsey, and Han, the usual suspects, the most expendable. Just kidding. Mostly on the Rome mission, but his tone is heavier than usual. There's a palpable tension, a foreboding sense of dread hanging in the air like exhaust fumes. The subtle crackle of his walkie-talkie almost sounds like a warning as they prepare for departure, sealing their fate for the chaos to come. The crew, minus Dom, arrives in Rome, the eternal city, which, for a fleeting moment, seems to be enjoying a perfectly normal, sun-drenched day. Roman, Tej, Ramsey, and Han are in position. Amidst the chaos and the metallic clang of the bomb's destructive rampage, a new, unsettling element of terror emerges. Dante himself. His face, chillingly serene yet utterly deranged, pops up on digital screens around Rome, a modern-day villain's broadcast, complete with a derisive chuckle. He taunts Dom, his voice dripping with playful malice, taking full credit for the carnage and reveling in Dom's desperate struggle. He explains, with a disturbing cheerfulness that makes your skin crawl, that this isn't just an attack. It's the first movement in a symphony of suffering he's composed, a meticulous, drawn-out plan to dismantle Dom's life piece by agonizing piece. The subtle whoosh of wind past Dom's ears as he drives is almost drowned out by Dante's chilling laughter, echoing through the city streets. This guy isn't just a villain, he's an artist of anguish, and Dom is his reluctant muse. The rolling bomb continues its destructive path, a literal wrecking ball through history, and Dom is right there in the thick of it, orchestrating an impossible dance. We see his charger, a blur of raw power, narrowly swerving as ancient buildings groan and collapse in a cloud of dust and rubble. The thud of falling masonry, the screech of tires fighting for traction, the roar of the bomb. It's an overwhelming assault on the senses. He's not just driving. He's performing an intricate, high-stakes ballet, his hands a blur on the steering wheel, his eyes scanning for the next impossible gap, the next hair-raising dodge. Each near miss is a testament to his unparalleled skill, but also to the overwhelming, relentless nature of Dante's attack. It's a reminder that even the best drivers can only defy physics for so long before something gives. With sheer grit, a prayer, and a healthy dose of movie magic, Dom pulls off the impossible. He uses his charger like a battering ram, a finely tuned instrument of precision and raw power, pushing and guiding the monstrous bomb through the narrowest of gaps, through impossible turns that probably made the city planners weep. The screech of tires and the groan of protesting metal as he forces the bomb off course are almost deafening. In a breathtaking sequence, he manages to send the ticking time bomb hurtling into the Tiber River, where it explodes harmlessly, sending a massive geyser-like spray of water into the air, momentarily washing away the chaos. Rome, and more importantly the Vatican, are saved. But the relief is short-lived. This isn't a victory. It's merely a stay of execution, and Dante, no doubt, is already planning his next, even more diabolical move. The splash of the explosion feels less like triumph and more like a period at the end of a very ominous sentence. Just when Dom catches his breath, the plot thickens faster than concrete setting in a cold climate. Ames, the very guy who gave them the mission, now looks at Dom with a gaze colder than a winter's night in Siberia. Mr. Nobody, the usual benevolent protector, is nowhere to be found, completely off the grid, probably on a well-deserved, if poorly timed, vacation. Ames, stepping into the power vacuum with a chillingly confident smirk, declares Dom and his entire crew rogue agents, issuing warrants for their immediate arrest. It's a classic bait and switch, a complete betrayal that leaves them utterly exposed, turning them from heroes to public enemies in the blink of an eye. The metaphorical click of handcuffs echoes as their names are tarnished and the world suddenly sees them as the villains. The trust, once so solid, shatters like glass on a hard floor, leaving Dom and his crew isolated and hunted. With the agency now gunning for them, the crew is scattered, like a deck of cards tossed into a hurricane. Letty, ever the fierce fighter, finds herself cornered by a swarm of agency operatives. She doesn't go down without a fight, of course. That would be entirely out of character for our tough-as-nails heroine. The thwack of her fists connecting. With bodies, the grunts of her opponents, the sharp crack of a stun gun, it's a chaotic symphony of resistance. But even Letty, with all her grit and strength, is eventually overwhelmed by sheer numbers. She's cuffed, blindfolded, and spirited away to a top-secret black site in Portugal, a place where the sun rarely shines and hope is even rarer. The chilling silence of her capture, after the desperate struggle, is perhaps the most unsettling part of all, a stark contrast to her usual fiery defiance. It's enough to make you wince, knowing what lies ahead for her. While Dom is dealing with betrayal and bombs overseas, the danger isn't confined to Europe. Back in sunny Los Angeles, Mia and Little B suddenly find their peaceful home under siege. The sharp rap of fists on the door turns into the splintering crash of wood as armed agents storm their residence, their boots thudding ominously on the floorboards. Mia, ever the protective sister and mother, grabs Little B, her maternal instincts, kicking into overdrive. The rapid-fire footsteps, the shouted commands, the metallic click of weapons being primed. It's a jarring, terrifying intrusion into their domestic tranquility. They're forced to flee, leaving behind everything, embarking on a desperate, breathless dash for survival. It's a stark, chilling reminder that no one in Dom's family is safe from Dante's relentless, far-reaching vengeance, not even the ones furthest from the action. The quiet terror of their escape is almost deafening. Just when things look bleakest for Mia and Little B, a familiar, albeit previously estranged face bursts onto the scene. It's Jakob, Dom's brother, roaring in with a heavily modified, tricked-out vehicle that looks like it rolled straight out of a video game or a very expensive toy box. The screech of tires and the rapid-fire thwack of his defensive gadgets ward off the pursuing agents, sending them scattering like bowling pins. He's not just a driver, he's a one-man rescue operation showcasing his impeccable driving skills, and an arsenal of high-tech gadgets that make Q from James Bond look like an amateur. His arrival is a moment of unexpected salvation, a reminder that even when things are crumbling, family, in its own convoluted way, still finds a path back. To each other, especially when a child is in danger. He's here to protect his nephew, come hell or high water, proving that some familial bonds are truly unbreakable. After a relentless pursuit and a series of devastating attacks, Dom finally gets his face-to-face with Dante, not in a high-speed chase, but in a tense, chillingly quiet moment that feels more unsettling than any explosion. Dante, with his unnerving grin and unsettlingly playful demeanor, pulls out a faded photograph. The image is clear. Hernan Reyes. The pieces click into place for Dom with a sickening thud. This isn't just a random lunatic. This is Reyes' son, a man fueled by a decade of simmering, psychotic rage. Dante, his voice a mocking whisper that feels like a physical punch, recounts his father's demise, meticulously detailing how Dom's actions in Rio stripped him of everything. It's a calculated monologue, a verbal punch to the gut, explaining his motivation to exact not just revenge, but to make Dom suffer the loss of everything he holds dear. The weight of his past actions crashes down on Dom like a ton of bricks, a heavy, cold realization. With Dante's twisted agenda now crystal clear and the agency hot on his heels, Dom is truly on the run, a lone wolf against an entire, well-funded global organization. His charger becomes his sanctuary, his weapon, his only means of escape and survival. We see him weaving through bustling city streets, the blur of pedestrians and buildings a testament to his impossible speed, the sounds of car horns and frantic shouts blurring into a single, desperate hum. The constant roar of his engine, the metallic clang of near misses, the frantic blare of police sirens. It's a relentless symphony of pursuit, a pulse-pounding rhythm of pure adrenaline. Every turn is a gamble, every straightaway a test of his resolve. The tactile sensation of the road beneath his tires is a constant reminder of the thin line between freedom and capture, a desperate dance with destiny. He's a hunted man, but a dangerous one, a predator in a world that now sees him as prey. Desperate for answers and a way to fight back against a world that seemingly turned its back on him, Dom makes his way to London, where he seeks out a familiar, albeit wonderfully unconventional, source of wisdom, Queenie Shaw. She's found in a dimly lit, smoky pub, looking every bit the cunning, sharp-witted matriarch she is, sipping on something strong. The clinking of glasses and low murmur of conversation provide a brief, almost normal backdrop to their tense discussion, a rare moment of respite for Dom. Queenie, with her knowing smile and a glint in her eye that speaks of years of experience, in shady dealings, offers Dom critical information, a lifeline in his sea of troubles. She has connections, she has ears everywhere, and she knows how to navigate the murky underbelly of the criminal world. It's a brief welcome moment of clarity before he dives back into the fray, a reminder that even in the darkest corners, allies can be found, especially if they have a flair for the dramatic and a soft spot for the Toretto family. Meanwhile, far from London's foggy streets and Queenie's comforting sarcasm, Letty is enduring her own nightmare. She's deep inside the agency's black site in Portugal, a place designed to break even the strongest wills. The metallic clang of the cell door, the cold, sterile air that bites at your skin, the constant low hum of unseen machinery. It's all designed to disorient and intimidate, to strip away identity. She's chained, questioned relentlessly, and pushed to her absolute physical and mental limits, but Letty, being Letty, refuses to crack. Her steely resolve, her unwavering loyalty to Dom and the family, acts as her shield against every tactic. The silent tension in the interrogation room is almost palpable, a testament to her unyielding spirit. She might be physically confined, but her mind, her will, remains defiantly free, a flicker of hope in a dark, desolate place. You can almost feel the chill radiating from the screen. Just when Letty thinks she's utterly alone in her desolate prison, a familiar, unwelcome, yet oddly comforting face appears. It's Cypher, the cyber-terrorist who's been a recurring thorn in Dom's side for ages, looking surprisingly disheveled and equally trapped. The irony is thicker than a triple chocolate milkshake, a truly unexpected twist that makes you wonder if Dante somehow orchestrated this too. The subtle whoosh of the automatic cell door opening reveals her, and the tension between them is so thick you could cut it with a blunt knife. Neither is thrilled to see the other, to say the least. There's an unspoken, almost palpable animosity in the air, but also a shared understanding of their dire situation. They're both caged birds, but one has a wicked bite, and the other a chillingly calculating mind. It's a moment that redefines awkward reunion, especially when your past involves trying to kill each other. Dante has a knack for making strange bedfellows, and this is perhaps his most bizarre pairing yet. With no other options, and with the metallic clang of their shared predicament echoing in the sterile confines of the black site, Letty and Cypher grudgingly forge an alliance. Desperation, as they say, makes for strange bedfellows, and these two are practically sharing a mattress made of pure spite. Cypher, ever the pragmatist, outlines the stark reality. We need to get out, and we need each other. Her voice is raspy but resolute, cutting through the silence. Letty, after a moment of intense, wary eye contact, offers a curt nod. The unspoken agreement hangs in the air, thick with mistrust, but also a shared, burning desire for freedom. It's a team-up no one saw coming, proving that even villains can find common ground when facing an even bigger threat. This is going to be a tense road trip, literally. With their grudging, unspoken truce in place, Letty and Cypher launch their desperate escape. The black site, a fortress of steel and concrete, instantly becomes their brutal battlefield. The air fills with the sharp crack of bones, the grunt of guards, and the rhythmic thud of their boots on concrete as they fight their way through the labyrinthine corridors. Letty, a whirlwind of fists and raw, untamed power, complements Cypher's. More calculated, strategic attacks, using her surroundings with chilling efficiency. They're a bizarrely effective duo, leaving a trail of unconscious guards in their wake. The metallic clang of a dropped weapon, the sharp whoosh of a security door sliding open, every sound is amplified in their frantic bid for freedom. It's a symphony of controlled chaos, each movement precise and deadly, proving that even when handcuffed, these two can cause some serious damage. You can almost feel the impact of every punch. The breakout continues, a relentless charge through the black site's dark industrial corridors. Letty and Cypher, now a finely tuned machine of destruction, duck and weave through a maze of obstacles, each one more dangerous than the last. The metallic screech of security doors being forced open, the sudden boom of strategically triggered explosions, the frantic shouts of alarms. It's a sensory overload. Cypher, with her tech wizardry, is bypassing systems and opening pathways, while Letty is handling the more physical negotiations, the tactile sensation of cold metal, the distant thrum of heavy machinery, the constant fear of being trapped. It's a high-stakes game of cat and mouse where the mice are fighting. Back with extreme prejudice, they're not just escaping. They're tearing a hole through the agency's supposed impenetrable stronghold, leaving a trail of destruction that would make Michael Bay proud. This is less an escape, more a hostile takeover in reverse after their grueling escape Letty, and Cypher burst out into the biting cold of an Antarctic landscape, a vast white expanse that somehow feels even more isolating than the prison itself. The wind howls, a piercing sound against the backdrop of their heavy breaths, carrying the stinging bite of ice. Just as despair starts to set in, a low rumble turns into the familiar thump, thump, thump of a helicopter approaching through the swirling snow. And who should be at the controls? None other than Giselle Yashar. The collective gasp from the audience was probably audible across the globe. I sure wasn't expecting her to pop back up. She's alive. Her return, like a phoenix from the ice sea. Ashes is a moment of pure, unexpected awe. A dazzling beacon of hope that defies all previous expectations and sets up a whole new set of questions. It's a reunion so epic, it practically warrants its own spin-off series, featuring icy puns and maybe a polar bear sidekick. Back with the main crew, Roman, Tej, Ramsey, and Han, they've managed to find a temporary safe house, a fleeting moment of respite from the relentless pursuit. The atmosphere is heavy, thick with worry, the air almost crackling with unspoken tension. The soft murmur of their voices, discussing their dwindling options, the subtle tap, tap, tap of Ramsey's fingers on a laptop trying to find a way out, paint a picture of utter desperation. They're running on fumes, demoralized by the betrayal, and the sheer scale of Dante's meticulous planning. But despite the despair, that familiar flicker of Toretto family resolve burns within them. They know they're outmatched, outgunned, and out-resourced, but giving up is simply not in their DNA. The crunch of a snack bag from Han offers a brief, almost comical interlude, a moment of normalcy in their insane world. They're trying to figure out how to fight a ghost with a global network, which is, just a tad challenging. Back on the other side of the world, Jakob and Little B are still on the run, a nomadic duo trying to stay one step ahead of Dante and the agency. The constant hum of the road, the shifting landscapes outside the window, become the new, unsettling normal for Little B. He clutches a worn toy, a small anchor in his tumultuous world, his young face a poignant mix of fear and an inherited Toretto. Determination. Jakob, with his gruff exterior, tries to lighten the mood with jokes and distractions, but the gravity of their situation is palpable. Every whoosh of a passing car, every distant siren, sends a jolt of anxiety through them. It's a harsh reality for a child, a stark contrast to the family BBQs he should be enjoying. The rumble of Jacob's souped-up vehicle is their only constant, a metallic heartbeat against the world's chaos. It's a high-stakes, cross-country road trip that no kid should ever have to experience. Meanwhile, Dante is playing chess on a global scale, his mind a masterclass in villainous strategy, his fingers dancing across keyboards like a deranged maestro. We see him in his lair, surrounded by an array of flickering screens, each one a window into a different part of the world, a different member of Dom's crew. The subtle click of his keyboard, the low hum of his servers, the whir of cooling fans. It all paints a chilling picture of a man in absolute, terrifying control. He's not just chasing them. He's orchestrating a grand, elaborate trap, pulling strings, setting false flags, turning allies into enemies with disturbing ease. His reach is seemingly limitless, his web of surveillance intricate and far-reaching. It's a chilling display of technological prowess wielded for pure, unadulterated, deeply personal revenge, making the world feel incredibly small and dangerous for the Toretto family. He's basically a super hacker with daddy issues and a penchant for vehicular mayhem. Dom, ever the protector, receives a fragmented, coded message. A whisper of Little B's location, a digital breadcrumb left by someone still loyal. It's a fragile lead, a needle in a haystack, but it's enough for a father's desperate heart. His jaw tightens, his eyes narrow, laser-focused on the glowing map on his car's console. With a ferocious roar of his engine, he's off. This isn't just a drive. It's a frantic race against the clock, a desperate dash across whatever landscape he finds himself in, pushing his charger to its absolute limits. The wind howls past his windows, a blur of scenery that barely registers as he focuses on his singular objective. The metallic grind of gears, the deep thrum of the engine, every sound is a pulse beat of his unwavering determination. He will find his son, no matter the cost, no matter the impossible obstacles Dante throws in his path. The road literally vibrates with his urgency. As Dom speeds towards his son, the agency, now effectively Dante's puppets under Amy's smug direction, is hot on his trail. It's not just a few cars, it's a relentless, coordinated pursuit involving a swarm of black SUVs and tactical vehicles. The roar of their engines, the blare of their sirens, the occasional thwack of a high-tech grappling hook trying to snag Dom's charger. It's a symphony of professional pursuit. Dom navigates congested city streets with his usual impossible finesse, weaving through traffic like a ghost. He's an analog hero in a digital world, relying on pure driving skill against drones and advanced tracking tech. The tactile vibration of his steering wheel, the blur of the city lights. Every sensation reinforces the urgency. This isn't just a chase. It's a gauntlet designed to wear him down, to break his spirit, and to deliver him right into Dante's waiting, sadistic hands. He's surrounded, but not beaten. Not yet. While Dom is speeding to the rescue, Dante is meticulously weaving his web of deception and destruction. He anticipates Dom's every move like a master chess player several steps ahead, his mind a terrifying labyrinth of malice. We see him orchestrating a complex, multi-layered trap specifically designed for Little B, not just to capture the boy, but to use him as the ultimate bait to draw Dom into a vulnerable, inescapable position. His smile is unsettling, a chilling reflection of his twisted delight in playing this macabre game, a silent giggle of anticipation, the subtle click of a button, the soft hum of activating a new surveillance system. Every action is precise, calculated, devoid of empathy. He wants Dom to suffer, to feel the exquisite pain of impending loss, and he's using the purest form of leverage imaginable, his son. The insidious nature of his plan sends shivers down your spine, showcasing a villain who truly revels in psychological torment. Jacob, with Little B safely, for now, in the passenger seat, is a whirlwind of defensive maneuvers, piloting his heavily modified vehicle with a desperate precision. The metallic clang of incoming fire, the frantic whoosh of his car as it swerves and dodges, the deployment of every high-tech gadget imaginable. It's a dazzling display of tactical driving and ingenious defense. He's dropping oil slicks, firing EMP pulses, even deploying what looks like a mini drone swarm. Anything to keep Dante's relentless forces at bay. The shouts of his pursuers, the grinding gears of their own vehicles, add to the cacophony of a chase that's quickly turning into a full-blown battle. He's buying time, just enough time for Dom. But he knows, with a grim certainty, that his options are rapidly dwindling. The tactile vibration of the controls in his hands is a constant reminder of the precious life he's trying to protect. The chase escalates into a furious ballet of destruction, with Jacob desperately trying to protect Little B from Dante's encroaching forces. Knowing they're cornered, Jacob makes a heartbreaking, selfless decision that echoes the very core of the Toretto family ethos. With a grim, yet determined smile that tells a whole story in itself, he steers his heavily modified vehicle now, essentially a giant bomb on wheels, directly into the pursuing convoy. The roaring engine, the frantic whoosh of wind as he speeds past Little B, a silent farewell in his eyes, culminate in a cataclysmic explosion. The screen is engulfed in a blinding flash, followed by the deafening silence of the immediate aftermath, then the thunderous rumble of debris raining down. He destroys Dante's immediate threat, creating a path for Dom and Little B, but at the ultimate tragic cost. It's a visceral, impactful moment that solidifies his place as a true Toretto, a hero whose sacrifice will resonate deeply. Dom finally reaches Little B. Their reunion, a brief, bittersweet embrace amidst the smoldering wreckage of Jacob's sacrifice. The distant roar of flames, the acrid smell of burning metal, the faint crackle of fading embers. It's a stark, almost apocalyptic backdrop to their emotional moment. Dom clutches his son tightly, the tactile warmth of the boy. A precious anchor in his chaotic world, a physical manifestation of everything he fights for. There's no time for grieving, no time for solace. Dante's forces are still closing in, a palpable threat in the air. The grim reality of Jacob's sacrifice weighs heavily, a silent promise of future vengeance etched on Dom's face. They exchange a look, a silent understanding passing between father and son, before Dom knows they must keep moving, one step ahead of the relentless enemy. The faint crackle of a hidden comms device reminds him that the clock is still ticking, relentless and unforgiving. With Little B by his side, Dom speeds towards the horizon, where a colossal dam looms, its concrete walls stretching imposingly across the landscape. The rumble of his Charger's engine grows louder, almost a primal roar, as they close in on what is clearly the stage for the final, desperate confrontation. The sheer scale of the structure, the distant whoosh of wind whipping off its massive face, creates an atmosphere of immense pressure and impending doom. It's a man-made marvel turned into a battleground, a perfect, imposing backdrop for the grand finale of Dante's twisted play. Dom's grip on the wheel tightens, his focus absolute. He knows Dante is waiting, and this time there's nowhere left to run. The air itself feels heavy with anticipation, thick with the scent of destiny, and perhaps a little bit of fear. This dam is about to get a whole lot more exciting and probably a lot wetter. The stage is fully set for the ultimate showdown, a colossal dam, its concrete walls stretching imposingly across the landscape, now rigged by Dante to be the ultimate weapon. Dom, with little B safely, for now, tucked away in the Charger, faces Dante's full, unhinged might. It's not just a car chase, it's a metallic clang of destiny, a clash of wills on a precipice. Dante, ever the showman, has rigged the dam with explosives, threatening to unleash a catastrophic, world-changing flood. The sheer scale of the environment amplifies the tension, making every rev of an engine, every screech of tires, feel like a momentous event. It's Dom versus Dante, family versus vengeance, with the entire world potentially hanging in the balance, or at least a very large chunk of it. The subtle click of Dante's remote control, revealing the bomb placements, is more chilling than any roar of an engine. He's not just fighting, he's playing a very deadly game of King of the Hill, with a dam for the hill. Just when you thought the surprises couldn't get any more outlandish, Amy's, the supposed agency head, the very man who sent them on this wild goose chase, strolls up next to Dante, a smug, self-satisfied smirk plastered across his face. The audience's collective gasp probably sucked all the air out of the room. Mine certainly did. He was working with Dante the entire time. The initial mission, the rogue agent declaration, Letty's capture, every single setback, it was all a meticulously crafted deception, a long con orchestrated to perfection. The metallic click of his weapon as he levels it at Dom is a visceral sound of ultimate betrayal, a punch to the gut that twists the knife even further. It's a complete shattering of trust that leaves Dom reeling, realizing just how deep Dante's web of manipulation truly runs. Talk about a double cross that would make even a snake jealous. Well, this guy earned his villain stripes the hard way by being a total deceitful jerk. With the dam rapidly disintegrating beneath his tires, the concrete groaning and cracking like a dying beast, and Amy's revealed as the ultimate backstabber, Dom has one impossible choice: plunge. He grips the steering wheel, his knuckles white, his jaw set in a grim line, and with a roaring engine and a silent prayer, he drives his Charger straight off the edge of the collapsing dam. The whoosh of air, the sickening lurch as the car leaves the ground, the desperate shouts of Dante's men, it's a visceral, heart-stopping moment of pure, unadulterated terror. Little B, clinging to his father, experiences a fear no child should ever know. The car hurtles towards the churning water below, a desperate, almost suicidal gambit, a testament to his unbreakable will to protect his son, no matter the odds, no matter the ultimate sacrifice. The wind whips past the open windows, carrying with it the scent of inevitable impact. The mighty Charger hits the churning water with a deafening splash, sending a colossal wave into the air before rapidly submerging. Underwater, the silence is oppressive, broken only by the ominous gurgle of water as it steadily fills the car's interior. Dom and Little B are trapped, suspended in a watery tomb, the car's remaining lights flickering ominously, casting an eerie glow on their terrified faces. The chill of the water seeping in is a tactile, terrifying sensation, a cold embrace of impending doom. Dom struggles with a desperate urgency, his movements hampered by the crushing pressure, trying to pry open a door, find an escape route, anything. The limited visibility, the dwindling oxygen, the silent terror in Little B's eyes. It's a moment of suffocating claustrophobia. The roar of the engines and the clang of metal are replaced by the chilling silence of inevitable defeat, a truly bleak moment for our hero and his son. The deep pressure of the water on the car's frame feels like the weight of the world, Above, on the ruined dam, Dante stands, a silhouette against the distant orange glow of residual explosions, the sound of the crumbling concrete echoing around him. His face, illuminated by the dying light, bears a chillingly victorious smile, a silent testament to his perceived triumph over Dom. His laughter, a low, guttural sound, seems to carry on the wind, a cruel melody celebrating his revenge. He watches. As Dom and Little B's car plunges deeper into the dark waters, a moment of utter despair for our heroes. A cliffhanger that leaves us with a gut-wrenching sense of dread and a million unanswered questions. The silent, cold grip of the water below, the dark unknown. It's an ending that delivers a powerful emotional punch, leaving you begging for the next installment. This guy isn't just winning. He's enjoying every single agonizing second of it. And honestly, that's what makes him such a compelling, albeit terrifying, villain. His maniacal glee is almost contagious, if you're into that sort of thing. Far away from the crumbling dam, in the desolate, icy expanse of Antarctica, a new, equally insane chapter is beginning to unfold. Giselle, Letty, and Cypher are meticulously preparing an advanced stealth submarine within a hidden, cavernous hangar, the frigid air making every breath visible. The distant groan of shifting ice, the metallic clank of tools, the hum of powerful machinery. It paints a picture of intense, covert activity. Giselle, back in her element and looking absolutely fabulous considering she was supposedly dead, moves with an air of quiet determination, her previous demise now a mere inconvenient. Plot point. They're gearing up for a major, clandestine mission, but its purpose and target remain shrouded in mystery, leaving us with a tantalizing cliffhanger. The whoosh of the hangar doors closing behind them feels like the sealing of a new, dangerous pact, a beacon of hope, or perhaps another layer of chaos. What could they possibly be planning? And how does one even get a stealth submarine to Antarctica without anyone noticing? The logistics are mind-boggling, but hey, it's Fast and Furious. Meanwhile, the rest of the crew, Ramsey, Tej, Roman, and Han, are frantically tracking the unfolding disaster from their makeshift command center, probably powered by a car battery and a prayer. The constant click-clack of Ramsey's keyboard is a frantic rhythm, a soundtrack to their desperation as she tries to make sense of the fragmented news reports. Their faces are etched with worry as they watch the news channels, piecing together the events at the dam, the roar of the explosion still echoing in their minds. Despite their own precarious situation and the overwhelming odds, that familiar flicker of Toretto family resolve burns within them. They might be temporarily defeated and scattered, but giving up is simply not in their DNA. The crunch of a snack bag from Han offers a brief, almost comical interlude of normalcy amidst the impending global catastrophe, because even in the face of doom, Han must eat. They're thinking, planning, and probably arguing, but they're not out yet. The metallic hum of their getaway van, waiting outside, serves as a reminder of their own constant peril, but their loyalty to Dom overrides all fear. The movie masterfully cuts between these disparate, desperate situations. We're left with the haunting image of Dom and Little B trapped in their submerged charger. The last flickering lights extinguished, the silent, cold grip of the water a terrifying embrace. Then, a quick flash to Letty, Cypher, and the astonishingly alive Giselle embarking on their mysterious Antarctic mission. A sliver of hope in an impossible situation. And finally, Dante's chilling, victorious smile, a direct challenge to Dom, a proclamation of his unholy triumph. It's a series of emotional gut punches, a cliffhanger designed to leave you breathless, frustrated, and absolutely desperate for the next installment. This isn't just an ending. It's a giant, flashing, to-be-continued sign that practically screams, "Get ready for more." The tactile sensation of dropping your popcorn bucket in shock is almost guaranteed. What a ride. Folks, Fast X truly delivered on its promise of high-octane action and a villain who loves to mess with everyone's heads. This movie left us hanging, quite literally, on the edge of our seats, wondering how Dom and his crew will ever escape this tangled web of vengeance. But if there's one thing we've learned from this family, it's that they never give up. They always find a way, even when the odds are stacked against them and even when it seems like the world itself is collapsing. It's a powerful reminder that while the journey might be rough and the sacrifices immense, the bonds of family, friendship, and sheer willpower can conquer almost anything. Until next time, stay safe, keep those engines roaring, and remember, Always trust your gut feeling, especially if it tells you a giant rolling bomb is headed for the Vatican. Peace out.
Problem nowadays, no.
Head under the hood and more time preparing them. Days of any man behind the wheel.
Preparing for what's to come.
Are you back to where we first met?
I'm listening now.
For two.
If you don't stop. You got me. Family. You
High door swan leg. I feel like you're. You know what your problem is? Can't save them all.
May I please have the god's eye? Ooh, gotcha. Told you. You owe me blood. It's the life you killed my father on it.
Enchanté. Be proud.
Let's get your son.
You used to be gang. Come see this pop out. We caught outside, little bro. No.
To be an old mine. You just gotta keep yourself open to possibility. Dad? Just gotta make it safe.
The Uncle Jacob. What's that?
Hey, I knew I smelled something burning in here.
I guess this whole...
Spent thousands of dollars of your sole responsibility for something that the leader. Sometimes we gotta say, I'm sorry. You okay? What's wrong?
Mercenaries after Dom's son. It was meant to help. He wants to know.
I'm the kid. Hi, everybody. Remember this little shit alive.
Ready.
Okay, we'll meet you there. I'm coming for you, son.
Behind you.
5 clicks west, but they're still on your...
B. Dom, I lost him. Last lap, check out my co-pilot. Kulan's been shot.
It has to be you.
Hey!
I'm gonna go clear the way.
Know how to beat your dad in a street race?